Hi, in this video I will talk about centering a block level element. So here I have a div with some text, and this text is centered inside of this div because we gave our div text align center. So in order to make this more visual, we need to explicitly set the width for our div. So here I want to give it width of 100 pixels. Okay, now we have our div over here, and now we can see that our div is located inside of the body. So let's give body text align center, and maybe it will center our div. So let's copy this from here, let's paste it here, and we can see that nothing happens. And this is because text align only centers inline elements, and div is a block element, so it does not center it. This means that if our div was a span, so here let's press F2 and write span. If it was a span, it would actually center this element. But because we have a div, and this is a block level element, it does not happen. So let's see what we can do here. So we can try and set up margins. So first let's remove this. And actually let's give our body a border so we can visualize it. So our body, let's first give it some height, for example, 200 pixels. And let's also give it a border. So I write border 1px solid. Okay, now we can see our border. Well, maybe 200 pixels is a bit too much. Let's give it 150. Okay, now let's try and center this div inside of our body. So one thing we can do is setting up margins. So we can write margin, and let's say we want 0 for top and bottom, and we want, let's say 50 pixels for left and right. And now we can see that it moved a little bit, but it's still not the center. Now let's try and guess it. So maybe it's 100 pixels, and this looks about right, maybe 110. No, probably 100. Okay, and now we can see that it is in the center. But the thing is that when we change the width of our window, it will not work. So I'm going to do this, and you can see that at the moment it's not really in the center. It is just located 100 pixels from the left. So it would be nice if the browser could take the free space on the left and on the right and make it equal. And in CSS, we have that option if we set the value to auto. So we write auto. And now we can see that our div element is located in the center of the body. So when we resize it, it is still located in the center because this auto property is being calculated every time we resize the browser. Now, what if we want to center it also vertically? So we can also try and use auto here, but it will not work. This margin auto only works for horizontal centering. And in the future videos, we'll talk about how to center a block element vertically.